Hello babies, welcome to my channel Soulfully Gifted Power One. If you're new, hope that you join and stay. If you're a return subscriber, welcome back babies. Peace, love, and light, beautiful, bigger, and bolder to you all. Already staged over the cards and shuffled over the decks. We're gonna hop right into it. If this reading resonates with you, check out my other readings. They may resonate with you as well. Already staged for the cards and shuffled over the decks. Don't forget to like, comment down below, subscribe, hit the notification bell if this reading resonates with you, and check out my other readings. There may be more messages there. And yeah, we're going to get into it, loves. If you're interested in my Patreon and personal reading, it says down below in the description box. My Patreon consists of 18 plus readings. It also consists of exclusive bonus readings that's unfiltered. So if that's something that you're interested in, go check that out. So we're going to hop right into it, Power One. So what vibes do you give off to others, Power One? What vibe does my Power One give off to others? Let's get into it. So what vibe do you give off? So you give off as this vibe as very confident. You give off as knowing that you look good. So people feel like when you come around, people feel like you, and I'm not getting conceited or anything. I'm just more so getting where people feel like you look good, like you know that you're pretty, or I don't know why I'm getting like that Ice Spice. No, I don't know if that was Nicki Minaj. Was it Nicki Minaj or Ice Spice? I think it was Nicki Minaj. Where somebody asked like some site. So you do know that you're very pretty, right? And it's just like, yeah, like you do know that like people like want you, right? And just like, yeah, something like that. It was like a video or something like that. I think it was Nicki Minaj. I don't think it was Ice Spice, but it was, and like you do know a lot of people, sought after you. Yeah, it's like that. Whether you're a man or woman, just getting that. So people feel like you're very attractive. They feel like you know that you're very attractive. I don't know. This is just how people feel. You come off as very confident. You come off as knowing your worth, knowing that you look good, knowing that you got it like that. You know your worth. At least that's how you come off to people. Another thing, the vibe you give off is you give off the vibe as somebody where you constantly grow. People can feel like you're somebody where you're working on things. So you have a lot going on, or you're trying to climb up the ladder, whatever this is for you here. And people feel like you're actually growing. People feel like you're in a certain point in your life where you're getting to the next point of, certain things for you, like certain goals, dreams, and admiration. Oh my God, admiration, things like that here. So this is what vibe you give off. You give off a vibe of somebody that's very sincere, very genuine, very real. You give off down to earth as well. You give us somebody that's very clean. I don't know why I'm getting it, but I have like a really clean aesthetic. Like even if your hair is like messy, it's like a really clean aesthetic. So you give us the vibe as like being like very clean person, very genuine, very real, down to earth. People can feel like you're easy to talk to. Even if you have anxiety or talking to people or anything like that, people still feel like you're easy to talk to or something like that here. So this is how people view you as well. Another thing that people view you or get off the vibe, whether you announce to you or not, whether you notice or not, people feel like you're marriage material. So that's the vibe you give off. People feel like if you're not married, there are people that wonder why you're not married, or there are people that sees that your marriage material, sees certain qualities in you. So you give this vibe here where people could tell that you be someone where you make a really good wife, or you make a really good husband, or you make a good partner. Even if you don't feel like that, there's certain people that look at you and say, oh my God, that person be actually a good person to date or have something long term with, or actually be able to grow with this person. Like look what they have, like look at them, look what they got going on for some, look how they look, So this is what I'm getting here. Another thing that you give off the vibe of somebody where you would not compromise, you would not lower your standards, you would not do something that you do not want to do. People know this, so people can even sometimes people can feel like you're very judgmental or you're very picky, but there's other people where it's like you just know what you want and you're not about to settle for anything less here because you do have standards here. So I do feel like that's the vibe that you give off. People can feel like you give off the vibe where you're very picky and who you choose, who you date. You somebody where yeah, you're very picky about certain things, and this could be standards for you, come off as picky other people, but these could be certain standards for you that just work for you, and I feel like you're not willing to lower your standards or do anything for people that, like lower your standards to date people or anything like that if they're not having what you're looking for. You continue being picky until you come across the one that you're looking for. So this is what I'm getting here. So this is the vibe that you give off. Another vibe that you give off is you somebody where people can feel like you overwork yourself, or you're like an overachiever or something like that. You give off the vibe where you're somebody where you always got a goal, or you always got a plan, you always got something that you want to do, or you always got something going on for yourself, or people just feel like you always got something stirred up when it comes to you overworking, doing something, a goal. It can even talk about you having a task and you being very detail oriented, because you want it to be a specific way. People can vibe you give off as being a perfectionist. You have certain things have to be a certain way, they have to line to your liking. This is the vibe you give off here. But you also give this vibe as well where you're very ambitious, very dedicated. People could feel like People could feel like people like know, like, if there's certain things that you go, like, that you're gonna go through or going through, whatever. People know that it's only a matter of time before you land on your feet again. People feel like you always land. People can feel like you got like fucking 9 lives, power ones. Like, seriously, people feel like you always land on your motherfucking feet. So this is what I'm getting here. People kind of, you know, wait for you to come up with solutions and things like that. So this is the vibe you give off, a very solution-oriented person, got great ideas, very good at communicating. Even if you don't feel like you're very good at communicating. People feel like you're easy to talk to. People can feel like it's mutual respect here. People have a lot of respect for you here because we do got value here. So a lot of people feel you have a lot of, what vibe you give off is people feel you have a lot of value necessities, even a lot of valuable like character traits, characteristics, and even certain things that like attributes. People feel you have a lot of good things about yourself and you have a lot of things to offer as well. So people do value your opinion. People do value what you say. People do, feel like you bring a lot of value to yourself, even in stuff that you have for yourself, and then just you as a person here. So this is the vibe that you give off as being a really valuable person. People want to be on your side or on your team. And I'm not saying they want to be on your side or your team to just like, like be on your side of your team just to be riding you or anything like that. Like, no. I'm just more so getting where it's almost like you're somebody where not only are you somebody where you have like a lot of good fortune for yourself, a lot of good prominent things happen for you, but you're also somebody where you're also a good person. Again, you're very down to earth, you're very genuine, you're very real. You're somebody where people can trust. At least people feel like they're able to trust you. You get the vibe. People that may not know you typically trust you very quickly, and that's not for everyone, but there is a lot of people that tend to do because of how you make them feel, especially them around your energy. So this is the vibe that you give off as well. Okay, so you get the vibe. People can feel like whether this is the vibe that you give off, whether you feel like this or not. This is the vibe. People feel like you're somebody where I'm gonna give you 2 examples from here. You're either that person where you're very attractive, very beautiful, but you don't really step out like that. When I say step out, that means like maybe you're not as photogenic, or if you are photogenic, maybe you take certain pictures or videos, but not all the time. You're somebody where if certain things are going down, maybe you're not in there, maybe you're not on social media that much, but people will be like, girl, or guy, you have the looks, you have this, you have that, you have all the characteristics, the personality, and attributes to become someone because of who you are. So that's you guys. And then on the other hand, it's just I'm getting the ones where it's like you're somebody where you do post a lot, you do certain things like that, and people can feel like you're somebody where you look like a model, you look very beautiful, you look very attractive, you are very sought after, people, you look like you're somebody that's a big deal. People look at your pictures or whatever, and they be like, damn, like, that's them. That's power one. Like, damn, okay, power one, step out there. I see how you're doing it. This is the energy that people get from you. It can be this energy where people like be enticed by your pictures. Like, whoa, I was not expecting that. Like, oh, okay. Especially when they be like, and it's not even, and the thing is, was like, okay, they get to see a little bit more of your personality. You showcase a little bit more. Some people do like see you on social media or anything like that, or they're like, okay, this is power one. I like what I see. Nice. This is the energy here. But then on the other end, for some of you guys, I'm also getting the same energy, like, again, going as far as the other side of y'all guys, where you somebody where you have that model look, you have everything about you, but you just don't, you just somebody where you like behind the scenes, you like being behind the scenes, you like being male or back, you like being in their own zone. You somebody where it's like a lot of people you the kind of person, a lot of people like, have big eyes for you or whatever, but you're in your own world, you're not really paying attention. So this is what I'm getting here. So, I'm getting 2 different sides of you guys. But people love to have deep conversations. You give out the vibe as somebody that loves deep conversations. You're into, like, psychological things, or into, like, different theories, or you like to talk about different topics as well. You're very versatile with the things that you speak on as well. You're very open-minded about certain topics, so people could feel like another thing, you like having deep conversation. You really don't like small talk, or you can even like have a deeper conversation when you get, like, especially if you're somebody where you like don't open up that quick in front of people or whatever, when you get around people or whatever, you start to open up, people like, okay, this person has a lot of impact, a lot of force. People actually is very grateful for actually getting to know you or coming across somebody like you, because you have so much going about yourself. So some of you guys, the vibe you give off is somebody where people can feel like you're from a different place. For some of you guys, even if you're from the same place like them or whatever, same city, same state, people can feel like you're somebody where you act, or they just feel like to them, you give off the vibe where it's like, are you sure you brought up around here? Or are you sure you grew up around here? You sure you're not from nowhere else? This is the vibe y'all give up. Also, you have a vibe of somebody very spiritual as well. People can feel like you know a lot about astrology. People can feel like you're very intuitive. There's certain things that you know here for some of you guys. So this is the vibe that you give off. You give out the vibe of somebody that will be into, like, you know, astrology, anything like that, crystals and stuff like that. So this is the vibe that you give off here. Another vibe that you give off here as well is you can give off the vibe of somebody where you're single for some of you guys, whether you unannounced to you or not for all of you. For some of you people can feel like you're single, or some of you people if you are single, I am getting speculations where people can feel like, yeah, you're single, or you say you're single but they're not for sure, because it's almost like somebody being like you being single is kind of rare. So I don't know, something about that is coming through here as well. Another vibe that you give off is having a really beautiful voice as well. And going back again for some of you guys, going back to people feeling like you're a bigger deal than what you are. So if you are, whether you big or not, people feel like when they see you, they feel like you're bigger than what you are. They're like, oh my God, this person, who is this person? People feel like you're significant. Even if you don't feel like you're significant, people feel that way. That's the vibe you give off. People can feel like you're a big deal. You're very significant in some type of way to them as well. So another thing is the vibe that you give off is you somebody where you're really good at knowing people's love languages as well. You really know how to love people within their love language. That's the type of vibe you give off. You can make everybody, a lot of people, feel comfortable in your energy, even people that have like different love languages than you. So this is the vibe that you're giving off here. Let me go ahead and get y'all some more cards, my power one. I love this energy here, babes. Period. Come through. What vibe does my power one give off? Ooh, we got the Ace of Wands here. Yeah, for some of you guys, in reverse. We also, okay, so some of you guys, another thing is you give off the vibe of somebody where you're very talented or whatever, but you don't showcase all your talents. You're somebody where you showcase certain things. Some of you guys, you got a vibe of some of you, especially if you're a woman, you give me like that one girl in the club or whatever, she may dance just a little bit, you know, that she, you know, she just may dance a little bit, do a little something, but she keeping it cute or whatever, keeping it classy, but she may do a little shimmy, you know what I mean? That's what I'm getting here. Some of y'all like that, where it's like, okay, let me do my little twerk real quick. Yeah, I can throw it back, you know, but I'm gonna keep it classy, stuff like that. You know, I'm gonna be doing all of that. You know, that's kind of what I'm getting here. So people can feel this about you give off where they know you can go ahead and, you know, do your thing, your big one, but it's like you keep it very classy. You know how to keep it cute. You know how to, you just say certain stuff for certain people here. So that's the vibe that y'all give off. Very classy, very mysterious. You definitely got a whole lot of XEX appeal, but you also know how to, you know, get them looking without doing too much. Whether you're a man or a woman, you know how to do you without doing too much. You know what I'm saying? Very okay. The icing on the cake. Cake. Well, I'm getting pound cake by Drake and Jay-Z. Okay, then. So people feel like you somebody where you could put them on. You know a lot of shit. You dope as fuck. That's the vibe you give off. People feel like you are somebody where you going towards the top here. So people feel like you're gonna be very big one day, or they just feel like you're somebody gonna go very far in life. You're going to the top. Like people can see you going after your goals and dreams. Or people seeing that you're making certain decisions for yourself. So this is a vibe that you're giving off. You got a good big head. You got a big heart. You got a people can feel like you got a lot of things that you want to do. You're somebody where you think outside the box. You're very creative, so people know that it's a lot of things that you could come up with. So this is what I'm getting here as well. Also got the World card in reverse here as well. And we got the Page of Cups here as well. So another thing I'm getting here, some of you guys, is you somebody where people could, you give out the vibe of somebody where you will forgive if you feel like the person has changed. So that's the vibe you'll give off, like you will forgive or whatever, depending on if you think the person has changed or not. Another thing as well is you give out the vibe as if a plan does not go this, like say you like planning something or whatever and it doesn't go right or whatever, like something happens, you'll be the kind of person where you still something don't supposed to go right or don't go plan, but it end up working out. Like you probably you the kind of person where it's like certain shit be fucking up and don't be going plan, but it be working out. That should be working out. That's what I'm getting here. Like say you about to plan a party or whatever, then it's raining or something like that. You somebody where you let them turn the party up, everybody's still there and shit. They're like, man, I don't give a fuck about the raining and shit, little raindrops or whatever. Power one, they got the vibe be there, so you really know how to certain things that you may feel like it's fucking up or whatever when it comes to you, it has to be coming together for the people here. So this is the vibe that y'all give off, babes. So this reading resonated with you. Check out my other readings if you're interested in a personal reading or my Patreon or anything like that. Everything is down below in the description box. Until next time, peace, love, and light, beautiful, bigger, and bolder to you all. Bye. Hello, Pelta. Welcome to my channel, Soulfully Gifted Loves. If this reading resonated with you, please like, comment down below, subscribe to my channel. Also, if this reading resonates with you, hit the notification bell so you never miss out any of my other uploads. Check out my other readings if this one resonates with you. If you're new, thank you so much for joining. I hope that you stay blessed. If you're a return subscriber, welcome back. Peace, love, and light, beautiful, bigger, bolder to you all. Already stayed to the cards and shuffled over the desk. We're about to get ready and get started. If this reading resonates with you, check out my other readings as well. And yeah, if you're interested in my Patreon or my personal readings, they're down below in the description box, babies. My Patreon consists of 18 plus topics and exclusive bonus unfiltered readings. So if that's something that you're interested in, check that out over there. And yeah, we're gonna hop right into it. So what type of vibe do you give off to people, Pile 2? What vibe do you give off to people? So Pile 2, you give off the vibe of somebody that has a lot going on. You give the vibe of somebody that's really good at multitasking. You also do give off the vibe where people feel like there's a lot of people that is in your DMs, a lot of people want to talk to you. Even if you feel like that's not the case, there is people that feel like you give off the vibe where it's just like you come up like people. I mean, maybe it could be how you look, or people just assume that you're very attractive to the point where there's a lot of people talking to you. So you know how some people like say like sometimes, they got hoes. I know they got hoes. You know, people hear people say that because somebody looks attractive or whatever. They be like, yeah, they got hoes because they attractive. That don't really mean that case. That 9 times out of 10, that's not the case. It's just that's just assumptions that people make, right? So that could be a thing here. You don't get off the vibe of that, but this could be, you know, people taking that face value for them here. So this is the vibe that you give off. You also give the vibe of somebody where you're very impressionable, very amusing. People find to be very interesting. People can actually want to talk to you to get more information out of you more because of how interesting you are. So this is the vibe that you give off. People can like to prolong conversations with you to get more information out of you. And I might get when they're trying to get information to use against you, which is more so like you're very interesting and you're very cool, especially people that's interested in you here. So this is the vibe. People feel like they have to question you more to get more answers from you. You got the vibe of somebody that's very funny. You know how to have a good time. You're very hilarious. It's natural to you. You definitely know how to lighten the mood. You know how to definitely lighten the energy as well. So yeah, this is what I'm getting here. This is what vibe you give off. You also give the vibe of somebody where you have firm boundaries. You do not let people step over your boundaries. You are somebody where it's just certain shit that you won't let slide. It's certain shit that you won't let people do here. You also somebody where you don't tell. I'm also getting this energy for some of you guys where maybe you're the kind of person where you don't tell people where you are going, or you don't tell people all about your business. So you get the vibe where people can feel like you don't tell people where you're going or whatever. Like, you know, people call you like, where you at? You know, you're not really answering that question or whatever. People ask you, like, what you doing? None of your business. Or it could be this energy as well. Like, if you're talking to somebody or talking to people or whatever, and people are like, oh, who you talking to? You know, do certain shit like that. So this is what I'm getting here. People feel like you have firm boundaries when it comes to your new emotional beginnings and new fulfillments for you. So if you got a new lover or you're talking to somebody, you're not really telling people about it. Or if you got something good going on in your life, something just started happening, you're not so quick to tell people. So people can feel like they have to question you to get more answers out of you or whatever. Especially, also you give off the energy of somebody where you are a giver. People feel you are somebody where you're very giving. You get the vibe where you give to people that's less fortunate or whatever. Or you don't mind helping certain people out, especially if there's people that need within need of help or whatever. So people feel like you're a very good person as well. People feel like you have a really big heart. So this is what I'm getting here, but I'm also getting where you don't tell people again all about everything that you got going on as well. You also give off the vibe that you always win or whatever. Like people feel like you're a winner. People can feel like you're lucky. Like if it was a raffle ticket, people feel like you would be the one to like win the raffle or whatever. But you get the vibe where lucky, fortunate things happens to you. A lot of good things happen to you. The vibe that you give off is you give off the vibe for some of you guys where you could be in a new beginning of love, or you're speaking to people, or you're in a new relationship for some of you guys. So if you are talking to somebody, for the ones that is talking to someone and you're not telling people or whatever, some of you guys, you could just be this energy where you're very happy or whatever, and people could be like thinking that someone else is making you happy and you're not. So you give us the vibe as a happy person. You give us the vibe as somebody where I'm here, today's a new day with sunshines. I smile even when it hurts, so yeah, I smile. That song is coming through here. So you somebody where it's like, even if you're going through things, people don't even know. Sometimes people may not know if you're going through certain things here. But this is the vibe that I give off. We also got the 4 of Wands here as well in reverse here. So another thing I'm getting as well is you somebody where you don't surround yourself around narrow-minded people or people that's very pessimistic as well. So that's another thing that's the vibe you give out. People can feel like you don't you're not pessimistic. People can feel like I don't know, you could be somebody where power 2, maybe you need to watch a power 1. But power 2, you are the kind of person where your face expression shows how you really feel about something. So whether you're saying something or not, your face expression really show. Like you can show on your face when you know some bullshit or you're not feeling no shit. So that's the vibe you give out. You're very with your face expression, they're very expressive. You know, people can tell you're not feeling some shit as well. People can also get the vibe when you're ready to go, you leave as well, or you somebody where you will cancel going somewhere or whatever if need be, if you don't feel up to it as well. So this is the vibe that y'all give off. Another vibe you give off, you give the vibe of somebody where you're very stable. People feel you have you're very focused or whatever, or you're focusing on something, you're dedicated, you know how to put your mind to it or whatever. People can also feel you're really good at saving, or you're really good at handling certain things. You don't keep things under together or whatever. So this is the vibe you give off. You got the Queen of Cups here as well. So another thing that you give off, the vibe is you somebody who can give off as somebody where you come off as very motherly, very nurturing. You can even come off as somebody where a lot of people have like a lot of good memories of you as well. So you get the vibe where people make a lot of good memories with you. People speak of you, they have really good memories of you. So that's a vibe you give off, a memorable person, where people feel like they definitely remember you, or remember the times or whatever they had, you know, when it comes to you as well. You can come off somebody where you have deep feelings or whatever, or you could be somebody where you feel passionately about things as well. You get the King of Swords here. So another thing is you come up as somebody where you're sweet, you're caring, but you're also logical. So you have like a duality in you. You come off the vibe of somebody where you're like, I'm getting like a judge, almost like, well, I mean, power too. Y'all could be a judge for some of you guys. So people feel like you were a really good judge of character. So you give up the vibe as being a good judge of character. You give up a good vibe of somebody that'll be able to be a mediator, like somebody like a judge, somebody to be able to listen to things, the claims and all that. See, you know, the plaintiff and all of that or whatever. That's kind of what I'm getting here. You're a really good judge of character. People feel you're a really good mediator. You're able to see, get to the point, very diplomatic here. So this is what I'm getting here. Another thing is, some of you guys, you can give out the vibe of somebody in a very happy relationship or in a very successful relationship, especially if you have kids with someone, or people can feel you're in a happy relationship, you're gonna grow with someone. Some of you guys here as well. So you get the vibe of somebody in a happy relationship, or you're already taken for some of you guys, even if that's unannounced to you. You get the Knight of Pentacles in reverse here. So for some of you guys, you give out the vibe of somebody where you're not lazy. You're somebody where you're very hardworking, very dedicated with this Emperor here. Next to this Knight of Pentacles in reverse. You also give off the some of you guys you also give out the vibe of somebody where even if you started doing something new recently, or there's something that you've been working on or whatever, you give off the vibe as already being really good at it for some of you guys. Not for all of you, but some of y'all people feel like there's certain things that you're doing when it comes to some type of project. For the ones that's doing something like that, people feel like you're a pro at, or you've been doing that. Another thing is that people can also feel like you somebody where you will find a way, you'll find a solution, you'll make a solution, you're not lazy or whatever. People feel like you will figure something out as well, like you'll make a way. So that's the vibe. I love this energy about your power. So this is the vibe that you're giving off. We got the Tower card in reverse as well. Oh, we got the Three of Swords in reverse. So another vibe that you give off is you are somebody where you're not about to stop nobody from leaving your life. You're not about to stop nobody. You're not about to be trying to change somebody, or be trying to resist keeping anybody. So you're somebody where people feel you're somebody where you don't mind letting go of people. You don't mind letting go of places and things if it's hindering your growth, if it's getting in the way of your emotions, or just pulling you down emotionally, doing anything like that. So that's the vibe you give off. You are the motherfucker that's gonna let people know, look, I love you, I care about you, but I put myself first. I put myself first, Lucius. Okay, that's what I'm getting about too. I know that's right. Y'all putting your motherfucking selves first. You're like, look, I love you now, but you fucking up my heart, and this not motherfucking heartstrings over here. We're not playing with my heart. Okay, yeah, we got the Seven of Swords. Yeah, you give us somebody where somebody betray you, you will walk. People, that's the vibe you give out. People know you know your word. People know that if they fuck over you, you will leave. You won't be there. There ain't no Opal may consider it. Opal, and that's the thing. Y'all logical, but you're emotional. So there's certain people that can even take that as a I'm hearing real names, no giving us, I ain't playing with you niggas at all. That's gonna get it for you, Power 2. So you don't be playing with motherfuckers. And some people can kind of take you from face value. They be like, okay, Power 2, they're very nurturing, they're very sweet, they're very kind, they're this, they're that. And then it's like, but people think because you're emotional, or because you're caring or giving, or because you somebody where you chill, you lay back or whatever, you don't think logical. But what I'm seeing here is you a logical motherfucker. You somebody where you weigh the pros and the cons. You know how to take your emotions out of things if need be. So when people fuck you over or whatever, they be like, oh, I didn't know how people be. Some people can't even be shit that you be moving on, or you be leaving, or you be on to something new. You the kind of person where something ain't working out, you on to the next. Like, oh, this door closed. Okay, it's okay. I'll find another opportunity. I'll find this opportunity at another door. Next. That's what I'm getting here. So that's the vibe y'all give off. We have the Ten of Pentacles. So you give up the vibe of somebody that comes from a good family, or you come from a really good solid foundation. Some of you guys, if that's not the case, you give off the vibe of somebody where you come off as marriage material. You come off as somebody where you make a really good solid foundation. You come off as somebody that is a family oriented person. You're very responsible. You big on values. You big on principles. You big on support as well. Some people can feel you come from a privileged background. Even if you work hard for the stuff that you have, people can feel you have help, or you come from like a privileged background when it comes to family and things like that here. You got the Eight of Cups here in reverse as well. So the other thing is, some of you guys, people can feel your energy when you leave as well. I'm getting like, especially like if you like especially like at like workplaces or whatever, you the kind of person, you have that vibe where you know how to bring a community together, or you know how to make people feel like family. Even people that's not like your actual family, you have a way of making other people around you feel like family. So when you leave for like a company, or you leave a program, or you somebody where you was there for a good time, not a long time, you know what I mean? People really feel that energy gone. They feel the shift. They feel the change. So you have that vibe where it's something that can't be duplicated. It's something that can't be necessarily replaced when it's gone. Ain't nobody bringing that vibe like you brought it. At least not how you did it, you know? You just have a special thing about you. I'm here, a pretty young thing. I want to love you. PYT. Y'all are pretty. So you're very pretty, very beautiful, very gorgeous, naturally beautiful as well, very handsome as well. We got the Three of Wands here and the Two of Pentacles. So another vibe that you give off is people can feel like you make a lot of unrealistic plans, but I don't know, there's something here where people can feel like you somebody where they feel like you make a lot of unrealistic plans. Like you somebody where you just make unrealistic plans that's so far-fetched. But the Two of Pentacles here is almost like, I don't know, y'all. It's this energy where you got this vibe where people can feel like you dream too big, or you dream too wide. Here, it's too big, it's too wide, it's too strong. Oh my God, y'all. Some of y'all, if you're a masculine, people feel like you packing. You got the vibe of somebody. People feel like you can put that work in, and people just assume you're good in the bedroom. Whether you is or not, whether you are or not, it doesn't matter. People just feel like you, well, man or woman, okay. So I don't know why that just came through. But what I'm getting here, to what I wanted to say is you give off the vibe of someone where people feel you dream very big, but the things that you be dreaming of actually works out for you. Like you dreaming or make, like people can feel like you go after things, or you do things, and you make like an unrealistic approach toward things or whatever. Like you just be like, oh my God, Paul, they just doing this crazy shit. They make like an unrealistic approach towards this. It's like they're thinking too big, or whatever their plan is unrealistic. And then it ends up, so what don't work for people work for you. So that's the vibe you give off. What don't work for people be working for you sometimes. They be like, whoa, okay. Clearly, you know, so this is what I'm getting here. You also got the Temperance here. So another vibe that you give somebody where, again, you somebody where you have a lot of faith in yourself. You somebody where you're very peaceful. You know, you come off as very balanced as well. People can feel like you also really good at moderating yourself, or moderation. They can talk about like your day. Like people can feel like when you have 24 hours, you know how to put your 24 hours to use. People feel like you're somebody where you're very proactive. You get a lot done within 24 hours because you don't just sit there. You get certain things done that you want to do here. But people can feel like you have a balance or whatever, people or something like that. So this is what I'm getting here as well. People can also, you get out the vibe of somebody where you're very significant. People can feel like you're some type of soulmate, even if it's like a soulmate as like a friend or things like that. You also somebody where you're really good at people, the vibe you give off of somebody where you can make accommodations or whatever. Like you could be somebody where you would come to somebody else shit and you would make accommodations in they shit, and just because you made the accommodation, that turned that shit up. So sometimes your opinion, or you coming in, you taking control of some things, you be actually being in the right time, right place by Janet Jackson, but not like that way, but you get what I'm saying. We got the High Priest in reverse. The people come, you have a lot of secrets. So that's another thing. You got the vibe of somebody that has a lot of secrets. You're very mysterious. Like people want to know more about you as well. People can, you get out the vibe of somebody that can be manipulative, or you know how to manipulate things in your way. You know how to get things to go your way if need be. We have the Queen of Swords here as well. So people can also view you as somebody where you're very fair as well. You cause judgment on things. So people can feel like you're a right is right, wrong is wrong type of motherfucker. Like, you know, whether you cool with somebody or not, you're like, look, I'm cool with you now, but that shit wrong as hell. So I'm not even about to stand and pretend like I agree with that. You somebody where you, even if the people that you cool with agree on certain things, you will voice how you feel, even if you don't agree. Like, I don't give a fuck if it's 10 people in the room, pile off 2. you'll be the only one that don't agree with that shit, and everybody else agree with. You don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. That's what I'm getting here. So this is the vibe you give off. You're somebody where if you have your perspective on some shit, that's what your judgment's on. You stand on what you stand on. You don't give a fuck how anybody feels. You give off the vibe of somebody very intelligent as well. People shouldn't play with you. They shouldn't fuck with you. And also you got the vibe as well where you don't need people to speak for you. So people know you're very outspoken when need be as well. We got the Page of Swords in reverse. So people can also, you got the vibe where you don't even, you got the vibe where you will say how you want to say direct to a motherfucker and don't even care about their feelings. People, that's how people can feel like. People can feel like you somebody where, and it's crazy because with the Queen of Cups coming out, I'm just getting this energy where it's like, you are somebody where you are very caring, very sweet, very nice, very genuine. But when a motherfucker be trying you, you know how to put a motherfucker in their place, and you will not care about how they feel. You will not give two fucks. This is what I'm getting here. This is the vibe you give off. People know not to play with you as well. People know you'll cut them off. People know that you will not give a fuck how they feel. You know how to turn your emotions off when it comes to certain things here. So this is the vibe you give off. Yeah, we got the Five of Cups in reverse, and you will move forward. You will move on. You give off this is the thing with power. This is the vibe you give off. You got the vibe. I'm getting. You got the vibe with as one person not gonna stop the show. Whether you here, I'm here today, going tomorrow. Shit still go on. Okay, so that's the vibe you give off. But somebody's here today or going tomorrow, your show will continue to go on. It will not stop. I'm hearing this is really not a stopwatch shit that never stop. Anybody stopping your flow, anybody's getting away your destiny, anybody fucking what you got going on. 5 power 2.